Welcome to the High Ground Podcast. I'm Stevie W.
And Callum.
Okay, this is a first. This is an experiment. We are recording this on, as you can see, you can actually see us off on the YouTube channel now. And we're a two-person operation, so we're literally doing everything. So I'm going to start recording the audio for the other podcast, link below. So in a few seconds, we will be starting the podcast on the women of Indiana Jones.
Women.
So, welcome to the High Ground Podcast. I'm Stevie W.
And Callum again.
So, yes, we anyone that's listening on the podcast that's non-visual YouTube one, we are recording at this as well. So, click on YouTube if you want to see what we look like. So, today on the High Ground, we are discussing the women of Indiana Jones as part of our Raiders at 40 series. So, of the three women, who's your favourite of Indies?
Well, I think it's going to have to be Marion, isn't it, really? Like, I'm going to have to give the boring answer and say Marion. But I actually really probably, if I had to choose someone apart from her, I would probably say I absolutely love Cate Blanchett in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. I have a thing for Cate Blanchett. I think she's like my older lady crush.
Oh.
But she's I just think she's fantastic. Like a lot of the things I did see, like it's universally thought of as like the bad Indiana Jones film, but I think she was agreed on as probably the best part of a lot of it, wasn't she?
Definitely. I mean, Cate Blanchett does add gravity to anything that she does, and she's I mean, Marion is definitely the definitive Indiana Jones love interest.
Yeah.
Even though Cate Blanchett really, she's the big bad of the movie, Irana Spalko.
Yeah.
But she's got that presence she has about her. I mean, Marion is safe. Marion, but Willie Scott is.
Oh.
Yeah, is annoying.
Yeah, don't get me started on Willie. Not a sentence you ever hear every day, but she's just I think she's just a proper damsel in distress, isn't she? Like, yeah. They just went for like I don't know. Well, it's the darker one, isn't it? So I think the sort of traditional damsel thing fits better than having the strong female. I don't know. It is a weird film, Temple of Doom, isn't it? I mean, good, but it is very strange.
Dark, but it actually does have the traditional. We've got to rescue the heroine from.
Yeah.
Whereas Marion and Irana can hold their own against Indiana Jones.
Yeah, and even Elsa as well to some extent.
Yeah, he likes it, but she was a love interest of both Henry and Junior.
Yeah.
I'm as manly as the next man. I was the next man. I mean, she's overlooked. She is.
I had to have that explained to me when I was a bit younger, or told. I'll tell you when you're older. Like, and I used to think, well, why is that funny? And then when you go back to it now, you just think, oh, it's so dumb.
How did you guess she talks in her sleep? And her character was.
She's a Bond gal as well, isn't she? Alison Judy? View to a Kill?
Yeah. I got me a View to a Kill is not. It's not my favorite. It's got one of my favorite songs, but not.
I've got like a little soft spot for View to a Kill. I think it has the same sort of. I don't know what year that was. 85, wasn't it? So, yeah. I think that the silliness was sort of ending with Bond then, wasn't it?
Yeah. Alison Judy's Elsa. Elsa Schneider, isn't it?
Elsa Schneider, yeah.
Yeah. She's definitely, I mean, I think she's the pretty one. She is really attractive.
Yeah, she is, yeah.
But then again, Cate Blanchett in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, and she's a good villain in that as well. I think she's very good at playing like the bad girl, isn't she?
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're used to her as always. I see her mostly as a good character. I mean, I always think of her as Galadriel from Lord of the Rings, but yeah, no. In recent years, it's been Thor and Indiana Jones, where I sort of thought she's good at other parts.
Definitely Thor Ragnarok for me.
Yeah.
It goes to show you. I mean, her in that suit is absolutely fantastic, and she has a stunning. She's stunning. She is.
Yeah, I mean, she's got to be in her 50s, isn't she?
Easily.
But she looks amazing. I mean, it was nice seeing. I must admit, again with Crystal Skull, it was nice to see Marion again. You know, because it sort of bookends the Raiders, doesn't it? Really.
I like the line where she goes, I'm sure there was other women. There was other women, but they all had the same problem. They weren't you.
Yeah.
She is but also for me, it was the whole thing with Mutt was too telegraphed for my liking.
Oh yeah, it was the same as the sun in Superman Returns, wasn't it?
Yeah. And it's when you see it coming from so far off, it just takes it out of the film.
Yeah.
But Marion she's good. She's good.
Even just, you know, the introduction and the bar in Tibet. So the staging's great, like the action's great. It's just you get to know who she is instantly, you know, with the drinking game and then the like punching Indiana Jones, and it's such a really expert way of introducing the character quickly without a lot of backstory.
But you've got George Lucas, who created Princess Leia and Marion Ravenwood, and then Willie Scott. It's completely, those two are completely different from Willie Scott.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
But you could also argue, isn't that when they were doing Temple of Doom, wasn't that during the divorce period?
Yeah, for both of them. So they may have been a bit not anti-women, but, you know, maybe like simpler women are easier.
Yeah, let's
in the story.
We're sick of the strong women. So for this one, we're just gonna go to stereotype.
Yeah.
But the darkest Indiana Jones film, Temple of Doom, is very layered.
It is, yeah. I mean, it was one growing up. I mean, it was always considered growing, like when you were younger, it's the weakest, you know, in quote marks. But I think going back to it now, there's a lot to love there. Like it is very layered, and I like the Indiana Jones films because they're sort of self-contained adventures, aren't they? There is a follow-on in some senses with characters, but you don't need to watch them in any particular order. I mean, they're out of order anyway, aren't they?
Yeah.
So I think there's apart from Willie,
yeah,
there's quite a lot to like in Temple of Doom.
So you're telling me you don't love Willie?
No, I'm not a fan of Willie. No. Indy loves his Willie though, so.
Yeah. As long as Indy loves the Willie, that's all that matters.
But it's his whip round his Willie at the end.
Yeah. So he's whipping his Willie at the end.
Sorry, just indulges the 5-year-old jokes.
Yeah, okay. We're doing a little bit different. This is a completely different from the more academic high ground podcast. We will have a bit of fun for this one because we are going to do a lot more Indiana Jones. Consider this to be the fun one when I say fun, I like to think all the podcasts are fun, but this is one where we have a little bit of a laugh.
Yeah, I think Indy's all about that, isn't it? Like it is really, it's such an entertaining. Even Crystal Skull, like it's not as bad as everyone makes out, I don't think.
No, we will do, as soon as we can actually share a room, we'll probably do a commentary track on that one.
Yeah, I like doing the commentary tracks on the most interesting ones. You know, like the quote unquote failures.
Yes.
Like your Alien 3s and your stuff like that. I always think there's more interesting things going on in those productions than there are. And obviously, like, I mean, Crystal Skull was a big production, wasn't it? And as far as I'm aware, I don't know if there wasn't much sort of changing around, was there? I mean, we waited years with loads of rumors, didn't we?
Yeah.
About what was going to be the story, but as far as I know, it was quite a smooth production.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's like Phantom Menace. After you got 89 to 90, 89, sorry, 83 to 99. Then you've got 89 to 2000 and 2008.
Yeah.
So you've got pretty much similar sort of timescales between films. and India was always destined to please some and not others. I mean, but as soon as you see India on the screen, and it has all the things you like. But as with time, people like to just dissect, even just shortly after. And you're going to have the haters going to hate, the love people that love are going to love it. Yeah. And I did have rose-tinted glasses on the first few times I saw it, I'll be honest. Yeah, because it's Indiana Jones on the big screen. And like you said, it was for the weaker characters. I mean, Kate Blanchett was definitely one of the strong points.
Yeah, she was great. I mean, we all like to sort of rib on Shia LaBeouf, don't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. So I think the ladies were definitely they were quite good in that, because it was good to see Marion again. I think we sort of well, she was in the trailers, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it wasn't really a surprise. I mean, they could have kept that as a surprise, but
that would have been nice.
That was the draw for the older fans, wasn't it?
Yeah, it gets your bums on seats, doesn't it? When you it's like, I don't know if I'm going to see this film, but then you go, oh, Marion's back. Yes.
Yeah. So you got the draw for the traditional fans.
Yeah. So I think we can safely say that we both like Marion and Kate Blanchett, and well, the other ones are just there.
It's quite hard though, isn't it? Because there aren't that many to choose from. It's not like Bond where you can you pick from, like, I don't know. There's 2 Bond girls in every film, really, isn't there? Usually?
Yeah.
Whereas here you've only got
3.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah, and then one of them's a villain, aren't they? So yeah, it's quite a short, clear-cut sort of thing, isn't it? I mean, I thought we were both going to say Marion anyway. So
yeah.
But
definitely Marion. So this has been, if you're watching on YouTube, the first High Ground podcast on YouTube with video.
With our handsome faces on it.
Yes, you actually know who we are now. So, as always, I'm Stevie W.
And Callum.
See you in another High Ground podcast.